You're watching HNNCast with Space Rogue on the Hacker News Network.
HNNCast is sponsored by Immunity Incorporated. Knowing you're secure. Become a sponsor. Email sales@hackernews.com.
This is Space Rogue for the Hacker News Network, and this is HNNCast for the first week of November 2009. This week we have stories about a suicide in a German prison, a cable modem modder gets indicted, major holes are found in SSL, and is it a Trojan or is it art? But first, our top story. The former CEO of YouSendIt, Khalid Shaikh, has been indicted by a grand jury on 4 counts of mail fraud after allegedly launching 4 DDoS attacks against the company he founded. Evidently, he used the Apache Bench web server testing software to overwhelm the company's servers between December 2008 and June 2009. If convicted, Shaikh faces up to 5 years in jail for each count. Guess he was a little upset about leaving. A YouTube user with the account Matt5644 posted a video of his incursion into the German social online networking site Schuler VZ early last month. He used the video to prove that he had broken into the popular German social networking site and attempted to blackmail them for 80,000 euros. The police were waiting when he showed up at the company's offices to collect his money. However, it is now being reported that Matt5644 committed suicide in the juvenile detention center Platzinzi, where he was being held. Although he can't confirm, some people have indicated that he didn't break into the site at all, and instead used the scraper to collect the publicly available information from the web pages. If true, that makes this all the more tragic. Der Engel, aka Ryan Harris, used to sell a MAC address cloning service to customers of Charter Communications and other cable ISPs that used Motorola surfboard modems, allowing them to surf the internet for free. The online forum TCNISO.net, based in Oregon, also posted instructions on how to remove bandwidth limits from cable modems and how to surf anonymously. Der Engel even wrote the book, Hacking the Cable Modem, which you can now find in the HNN store on our website. One of the TCNISO.net members was D-Shock, who used the service to carry out DDoS attacks and a few swatting runs. Well, the law has finally caught up with him, and he has been indicted in Boston federal court on 6 felony counts, including conspiracy, computer intrusion, and wire fraud. If convicted on all counts, he faces a maximum of 20 years in prison and $1.5 million in fines. After reading the indictment, Der Engel said, quote, "It's complete bullshit." Der Engel has vowed to fight the charges and has promised not to plead guilty. Yeah, I think after they get him in that little room and start applying the thumb screws, a plea will start to look really, really good. The Internet Engineering Task Force is expecting a draft proposal to be submitted Friday to correct inherent weaknesses in TLS and SSL, the protocols that help secure transactions on the web. The protocol was crafted by a secret group of technology companies who have been meeting since late September to come up with a fix for the deeply embedded flaws. The man-in-the-middle attack places at risk every credit card transaction on the Internet. However, even after the proposal is submitted and the various patches created, it will be quite a while before every server and every browser in the world are patched, leaving things like encrypted email and credit card transactions totally open to whoever wants to sniff them. Somebody's going to have a field day. The creator of the Mac Space Invaders style game that was recently categorized as a Trojan by some antivirus vendors has claimed that the game is not, in fact, a Trojan. Zach Gage, the creator of Lose Lose, admits that the game does in fact delete users' files, but that it does so on purpose, and only after warning the user. Gage claimed that he created the software as an art project, as part of his MFA thesis. An art project that deletes my files? I don't think I get it. But then, what do I know about art? And in a related story, Storm 8, an iPhone software development company, has been accused of automatically accessing, collecting, and transmitting the wireless telephone number of each iPhone user who downloads any Storm 8 game in violation of Apple guidelines. Storm 8 makes popular multiplayer games such as Ninjas Live and Vampires Live. We'll be back with more HNNCast right after these messages. Welcome back to HNNCast. South Korea's intelligence agency has officially named North Korea's telecommunications ministry as the source of the July 4th DDoS attacks launched against numerous website properties in the country. While North Korea has long been suspected in the attacks, this is the first time that it has been officially stated that the IPs used in the attack were indeed traced back through China to the North Korean Ministry of Post and Telecommunications. Sounds to me like what we used to call recon by fire. Want to know what your enemy's capabilities are? Shoot at them and see what they do. Swedish authorities have few leads in their investigation of last week's massive denial of service attack that downed about 40 websites, including those belonging to police and media outlets. At the height of the attacks, officials reported that they received over 40,000 requests per second, up from the normal 800 requests per second. The authorities have speculated that the attacks originated in China. One possible motive for the attacks is a new law giving Sweden legal permission to tap all internet traffic passing through Swedish national borders, which would include a majority of Russian international internet traffic. There's been a lot of talk lately about a theoretical evil Maid attack, and now there is at least one documented case of it actually happening. According to the German magazine Der Spiegel, in 2006, a Syrian official staying at a hotel in London left his laptop in his hotel room. Israeli Mossad intelligence agents then broke into the room and planted a Trojan onto the official's laptop. The Trojan enabled the Mossad to have access to hundreds of documents regarding construction plans for Al-Kabir, an illicit nuclear facility in eastern Syria. Of course, in September of 2007, Israeli fighter jets bombed the complex. So remember, if you happen to have construction plans for an illicit nuclear plant on your laptop, don't leave your laptop alone in your hotel room. Sounds like good advice. And now Courtney brings us a story about lockpicking. Courtney?
Thanks, Space Rogue. Officials often beg the question, why would anyone want to pick locks if not for some kind of sinister evil doing? But assuming lockpicking is only for bank robbers is sort of like assuming a Rubik's Cube is only for mad scientists. Practitioners of lock sports see it as an exploration of the unknown, solving a puzzle, or just plain old fun, and the link between lockpicking and hacking is pretty strong. One of the first lockpicking guidelines came out of MIT in the late 80s and was often used as a way not only to perpetuate physical hacks on the campus, but to also gain access to the large computers that were often locked up. Now there are lockpicking competitions at many HackerCons, including the Chaos Computer Congress in Germany and DEF CON in Las Vegas. And in Europe, the sport is much more organized, with groups such as Tool, the Open Organization of Lockpickers in the Netherlands, and the Sports Enthusiasts of Lockpicking based in Hamburg. The clubs hold monthly meetings, yearly competitions, and adhere to strict ethics, including not damaging the locks. If you're jonesing to try it yourself, most people start out with a few simple tools and try picking a padlock. There are a lot of guides online, not just for lockpicking, but also how to make your own picks. Even better, you can buy a set of lockpicks at the H&N store. Good luck! That's it for me this week. This is Courtney for the Hacker News Network. Back to you, Space Rogue.